You know, there's one thing I can really criticize Senku for in the anime is the fact that talks so extremely crudely. He always calls every single one he knows teme, which is a rude way of saying you. I guess that's his way of showing affection. But either way, we are now in the Dr. Stone episode 7, and the story is actually moving along very fast in this episode, which is quite rare, really. We don't see that many times. Either way, last time we were introduced to Kohaku, a kick-ass and sexy girl who said she fell in love with Senku. Of course, he feels that is kind of weird, but she concludes by saying it's not love per se. It's just that she's interested in Senku. So they have some kind of interesting dynamic as they also stayed at night, where Senku frequently insults her, calling her a lioness and a gorilla, which Kohaku doesn't really seem to like. It's revealed that she's carrying a large, not bottle either, a large vase of hot water, which she says is for her sister who is very ill. With thanks to Senku's help, although he cannot carry it because Senku, he may be smart, but he's also as weak as a flea. Well, a flea is technically not that weak, but he is either way very weak for someone so smart. Invents a machines that takes them a small vehicle that takes them to the villager, because it turns out that there are villaging people, which Senku concludes should be survivors of or at least descendants of the petrified people. How that has happened, he has no idea. But I think that will be a mystery that will be solved in time. He's then attacked by two people that are revealed to be brothers, although they look pretty different from each other. The guy with a deep voice that talks like just everyone else, which I really feels like it's a bit annoying, Ginro, and the guy who has a little bit more of a feminine voice, but is still voiced by a guy, but also seems to be the more cowardly of the guy, Kinro. Senku scares them by creating soap bubbles, as Kohaku also calls Senku for being very nasty. It's during this time we're introduced to another character, Chrome, a guy who prides himself about being a sorcerer. But as we know, what he does is science, but he doesn't know that. Therefore he calls it sorcery. And of course he is no match for Senku's knowledge, but Senku feels like there is a connection between them. And after humiliating Chrome in many ways of another, he decides that he will educate Chrome in doing everything else. We're also introduced to Ruri, Kohaku's older sister, although I wonder if the voice actress is younger than Kohaku's voice. She has a very gentle voice, but she is sick. It's not exactly known what that sickness is, but it seems she coughs frequently. We're also introduced to Turcos and Jasper, two bodyguards of the Miko, the high priestess that Ruri is. So after Senku tells Chrome the true story about what happened many years ago, he gets emotional about that and proclaims that all that emotion was lost. But Senku says that he has it, therefore it will not be lost, and together they will revive it. As Chrome proclaims to Senku that they must find a way to cure Ruri, the new arc begins truly. So yeah, this arc will seem to be Senku getting, I want to say in the good graces of this village, because he's not allowed to get inside, but he's allowed to be with Chrome, because Chrome is a little bit outside of the village. And Ruri is sick. We cannot see exactly what that kind of sickness is, although it seems to be frequent coughing, meaning she has trouble breathing, and she talks very gently and she looks very exhausted too. The hot water seems to be some sort of cleaning method, meaning that maybe she has some kind of bacteria. Ginro and Kinro, well, they have suitable voices for who they are. Even Chrome, who is actually voiced by a guy who is completely new in the scenes, mind you, is surprisingly effective. I just hope that that guy won't be the voice of another guy if they... Well, it's just that when I picture that voice, I picture another anime character. But that volume hasn't gotten an anime proclamation yet, so we'll see. So yeah, here I realized that Senku really likes to call everybody Teme. He likes to hide his kind heart, doesn't he? So that's basically this episode. Although, but Kohaku was also very nice here. It was a very suitable voice for her to see more of. And give me your thoughts if you have any.